Welcome back to Break It with Brandon. I'm Brandon Adkins, and if you caught us for the last video, you watched me break some tow hooks. What I want to do in this video is get a bit more into the technical details of why they got broken and some of them didn't. The way we wanted to approach these videos is thinking about the real-world applications of a 3D printer. You're going to use different types of 3D printers for different types of applications. One of the fun things working here at Quest is we have a lot of tools at our disposal. So if I wanted to 3D print something, I can start with a conceptual design. With the Cindo, we can 3D print it out of PLA that's relatively inexpensive. And then I can start stepping up either material capabilities or finish quality, maybe move on to one of the Formlabs printers where we'll get some better resolution with their resin capabilities. And then ultimately, if I need a high strength part, I'm going to take advantage of the Markforged printers where I can do either composites or even metal 3D prints. So if you caught the last video, this was the first part that we broke. We had a lot of fun doing it. We pretty much expected that it was going to break. PLA, not the greatest application. However, I will say, if you're just doing a simple fit check and you want to make sure that the part's going to work for your application, not necessarily support the load and be a finished end part, it's a really good way to just conceptualize your design. So that's exactly how we wanted to start. And you guys can do the same with your own designs. Start with something simple, make sure it's going to work. Then we can step up the material capabilities just a little bit. So you saw me refer to it in the video, the miracle material Onyx. What is this really? It's a nylon-based filament and it's got chopped carbon fiber in the filament itself. So what benefit do we have from doing that? It's going to give us a little bit more wear resistance. You get a little bit more strength out of the part itself by using that Onyx material. It's really impressive on its own. Now, it took a little bit longer for that part to fail, but we pretty much expected that one to fail too. So the obvious choice for reinforcement, of course, to get better tensile strength to weight ratio, with our Markforged printer, we can combine the Onyx material with continuous carbon fiber, Kevlar, high-strength, high-temp fiberglass, or even just regular fiberglass, depending on the application. So, for example, if I've got maybe a high-heat application, I'm probably going to choose that high-strength, high-temp fiberglass. Maybe I've got impact resistance to worry about. I'm probably going to choose the Kevlar for an application like that. Carbon fiber, like I said, obvious choice for this case. And if you saw the video, we really did have some fun with this. I ended up having to chop the part in half to break it because, you know, we have to break it. So I took my axe to it at the end, but go back and watch that video and you'll see that this one 3D printed part can actually tow 3 vehicles behind my truck. So we didn't know quite what to expect going into it. I figured, well, maybe I'll tow Chantel's truck and that'll do the job. But we got some really impressive strength out of it. We put Garrett behind me, and then we added Brandon Brown's car behind me on top of that. And what you didn't see in the video is we actually were able to reuse that part a couple more times after the take that you guys saw. When we took the part off of the tow rope, I was really impressed to see that there was basically no sign of physical damage. We had a little bit of a indentation where there was some contact stress, but overall, that part held up really well. No cracks, no necking or anything like that where we could get some signs of the part going to fail. I think we could have used it quite a bit longer. We really wanted to break that carbon fiber part, and we even thought of doing like a tug-of-war with the 2 trucks. Not exactly the safest situation though. If you think about how strong carbon fiber actually is, that tow rope in between the 2 vehicles basically becomes a rubber band with 2 metal hooks on the end of it. And I didn't want a hook going through the windshield or denting the tailgate, cause damage or harm to anyone. So we didn't get to do a tug-of-war. We turned to our alternative of chopping the part in half just so we could break some more stuff. But all in all, it was a good process to show. We can start something that's really just a conceptual fit check, make a simple part that's pretty cheap, and then start stepping up our capabilities. So that's the approach I would encourage you guys to take. Start simple and then beef up the material characteristics as you go. And obviously that's going to bump up the cost of the part a little bit, but if you do some of that conceptual work up front, it'll get the job done and save you guys in the long run. So with that, I hope you guys are enjoying the Break It with Brandon series. Make sure to join us for the next one where we actually get to play with fire. We'll see you next time.